On tonight's Muskie Daily, the volleyball team falls in tournament action, but the crowd doesn't fall through.
Muskingum educates students on pregnancy prevention and responsibilities.
And how one Muskie is helping the campus go green.
Hello all, and thanks for tuning into the Muskie Daily. I'm Andrew Dunlap.
And I'm Jason Schomleffel. Two people are in serious condition following a head-on collision on US 22 in Cambridge. The accident occurred at 11:08 this morning near the Ohio State Highway Patrol Post. According to OSP report, Allison Williams of Cambridge was driving eastbound in a Honda Civic when she went left of center, striking a westbound Toyota Prius driven by Brian Topeka, 35, of New Philadelphia, head-on. Williams was taken by life right to OSU in Columbus, and Topeka was transported to Southeastern Regional Medical Center in Cambridge. Investigating officer Trooper Brian Neff reports both vehicles in severe condition. Both were wearing their seatbelts. The crash is still in their investigation.
Our very own Jason Schomleffel will take office this January as a member of the Tri-Valley Board of Education. He's the youngest public office holder in the state of Ohio at just 20 years old. As a 2014 graduate of Tri-Valley, some of the high school students will be his former classmates.
Trying to decide if I wanted to run is, how would we handle a disciplinary issue if a student came to the board and they were a freshman when I was a senior? How do you handle that? I'm not friends with too many, freshmen, so I'm not worried about that conflict now anymore. But I think it is an issue.
First off, congratulations, Jason. What's the first thing you're planning to do when you take office?
Well, we have a lot of union contracts up. We have a lot of teacher contracts, and we also have new school year starting up here soon. So there's a lot of work ahead of us, but I'm excited to take the place.
That's going to be good.
Yeah. On Tuesday, New Concord elected its new mayor. Council President Brett Essick will take office in January following the retirement of current mayor Greg Adams. Adams has served as mayor of New Concord for 27 years.
I think it's time for New Concord to contemplate some new leadership with some new ideas, some maybe different ways of looking at some challenges that the community has now, and ways to meet that into the future.
With today's warm temperatures, it's hard to imagine winter being right around the corner, but some of the local organizations now it's time to prepare to feed the cold and hungry. More Media News correspondent Aaron Eno reports.
The College Drive Presbyterian Church in New Concord has been providing the community with a food pantry for over 10 years. The pantry has teamed up with a local food bank called Mid-Ohio Food Bank, Operation Feed. The College Drive Presbyterian Church Food Pantry purchases groceries from the Mid-Ohio Food Bank by the pound. The food pantry is currently serving 170 families with support from volunteers.
We get great student involvement with volunteering on Wednesday nights.
In Muskingum County alone, the food bank works with 16 different agencies such as soup kitchens, shelters, after-school programs, and the USDA. The county has 20.3% below the poverty line, and 58,155 persons receive help from one of the 16 agencies. 15% of people that benefits from the food bank are adults, while 31% of the food bank users are children under 17 years old.
We purchase them by the pound, basically, and it's pennies per pound. So we will use those funds to shop for food, to provide stuff for us to hand out on Wednesday nights.
The food pantry uses donations and event funds to go towards purchasing groceries to give out. For more information, visit collegedrive.org, the food bank website, to learn more information about its program, the counties in its range, and the individual agencies. Or give them a call at 740-826-4036. For Orbit Media News, I'm Aaron Eno.
After a newborn baby was found dead on campus in April, Muskingum University has taken action in educating students responsible of pregnancy. The university hosted a pregnancy panel Wednesday night led by various experts in the field of law, medicine, and emergency response. 2 students with their own children, the children of their own on campus, share their stories. Panelists helped give insight to the nearly 100 students in attendance on different options students have if an unplanned pregnancy occurs, as well as answers any questions students might have. Director of International Student Services and Special Program, Vineen Smith, says that the campus already provides information sessions about pregnancy and STDs, but never had anything about what to do if it happens to you.
Where do you get treatment? What happens when you do find out that you're pregnant? Where do you find out your resources and choices?
A Muskingum emergency text alert. Meta left some on campus a little confused earlier this week. On Monday, Muskingum Police Chief Danny Vitzit sent out an alert telling subscribers on campus to be on the lookout for a black male suspect being in various buildings on campus. However, no direction in action to be taken was given. Muskingum's Vice President for Student Affairs, Janet Heater Bass, says the university was never in danger when the text was sent.
It was really just a matter of getting the word out on campus. Nobody was in danger per se, but we wanted to know if anybody saw him in another building or be aware to watch for him wandering about.
Last semester, a new recycling initiative was headed by Connor Han. Han is a recycling committee chair for Student Senate, and he came up with the idea in fall of 2014 after seeing some students talk about wanting to do more recycling on campus. The recycling committee started off small. They put large cardboard boxes in each residential lobby and would weigh each box in the lobby and record their data. After collecting it all, they would put it in the recycling dumpster behind Thomas Hall, the Chess Center, and the Quad Center. This semester, they replaced those boxes with plastic bins. But there is also a competition. Organizations on campus can sign up for a weekend to collect those bins and recyclables and try to collect the most by the end of the year. Han explains that this is a good opportunity for those organizations on campus. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at a story of a decade-long case of a missing child.
And also, we'll see the outcome of the volleyball tournament.
We have the music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
An Alabama boy who went missing in 2002 has been found alive in Ohio. He's now a young man, and police say he was taken by his own father. Chris Flanagan has the story.
The only movement inside this house, the flicker of a TV set, as FBI agents kept a close eye on it.
Oh my God, I'm shocked. I'm totally shocked.
Mike Melnick, who did not want to show his face, nearly speechless that his next-door neighbor he knew as John was really Bobby Hernandez and was a wanted man.
I think he said he was from Alabama. Well, that's about all I know, you know what I mean? I knew he was in the Navy, or that's what he told me. I never got into his personal life, you know what I mean?
When Julian went missing in 2002, it was believed he was taken by his father as a non-custodial parent abduction. This is an age-progressed picture of what the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children believed Julian would look like now. The FBI says it was tipped off over the weekend that the Hernandezes could be here in Cleveland.
They were not here under the names of Julian Hernandez and Bobby Hernandez, so it did make it a little more difficult in looking for them.
Melnick says Hernandez moved in about 2 years ago and has been a great neighbor. And in the weekends, he would often come over to Melnick's house and watch football games.
No clue whatsoever. None. I mean, he seemed, he was picking the house up, put a fence up, build a shed, and,
Coming up after the break is a quick look at the weather.
And stay tuned, because after, I'll have a look at the Muskie Sports Update, where I'll be covering the conclusion of the women's volleyball season.
We have the music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
Good evening, folks, and it's now time to check out the upcoming forecast heading our way. For tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy skies with a low of 51, and tomorrow we'll finally see the temperature start to drop to a high of 71, and rain is coming down for a good portion of the day as well, with a 80% chance of it. Friday night, the storm passed, leaving a partly cloudy sky with a low of 44. Now it's time to take a look at the extended forecast, and when we come back, I'll talk about the action happening around on. OAC Player of the Week, Taylor Matthews, and the Fighting Muskie volleyball team saw their season come to an end Tuesday following the John Carroll straight sets in an electric rec center. The Muskies made the Blue Streaks work for the win, going back and forth with several long rallies like this one here in the third set as the team tried to stay alive. The loss ousted the Muskies from the OAC tournament, ending their season. The team ended their 2015 campaign with an overall record of 21-11 while going 6-3 in conference play. The start of the Muskie basketball season is just around the corner, and the new men's head coach is ready for action. Head coach Travis Schwab starts his first season at the helm after spending the last 8 years as associate head coach at Wittensburg. Schwab has been in practice with the team since October 26th and sees some good things out of them already.
I've been very, very pleased with how our guys have responded to a whole new situation, a whole new set of expectations, a whole new demand on work ethic and attention to detail.
Schwab will have most of retired coach Gene Ford's lineup returning this year, led by point guard Christian Keller and center Cody Seiler. The Muskies will tip off their season November 14th against Waynesburg at home.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions are being made at Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
The John Glenn Band Boosters is holding their homemade Dutch apple pie sale November 21st. Proceeds will benefit East Muskingum's band program pies at $6 will be by 5 o'clock on 21st from John Glenn High School cafeteria.
Students recently had the chance to donate blood to people in need on Thursday, November 5th. Delta Phi Alpha and the Red Cross teamed up today in order to host a blood drive on campus in the rec center. The blood drive ran from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. That's all the time we have for the Muskie Daily.
You can find out more from Orbit Media on OrbitMediaOnline.com and our YouTube page.
Have a great night, Muskingum.